What's up guys, I'm Hell, and today we're going to be showing you some advanced tactics on how to kill the Twin Furies in detail. My hopes are to help you refine your own strategies to get your faster kills and making you more money per hour. That's enough talking, let's jump straight into it. This is the gear setup that I use. For these particular strategies, you need a halberd base weapon of some sort, with the Noxious Scythe being the best, and the Dragon Rider Lance a very close second. I'm not going to discuss inventory, as I'm just going to be going over the mechanical strategies during this video. After grabbing your first kill, you want to find this square and be standing here waiting for the twins to spawn. Take note in the 1 square distance in between the square Namora is standing and yourself. Once the twins have finished their spawn animation, Avarice will move over next to Namora to the location you see here. But during the spawn animation, Avarice will already be moving to this particular spot. Although it doesn't appear, Avarice is already standing next to Namora. Take note that I have activated my prayer, clicked Namora, summoned a Dreadnip, auto-attacked, and I'm currently in the animation for the basic ability Cleave, which will strike both twins, although it doesn't seem because Avarice appears to be too far away. Here's a shot from a few frames later, and the spawn animation is complete. You can see Avarice and Namora both taking damage from the Cleave ability. At this point, the Cleave is finished, and you can see the smoke from Soul Split, and Avarice has moved to the spot previously mentioned, as this is part of the AI and will happen consistently if you are placed in the same location each time. Also take note of the location of my cursor to the right of Namora. You're going to want to hover over the same location and prepare to click there as you use the ability Quake. Now I know this shot can be very confusing, but we can get through this together. I was standing on the green circle, and I used the ability Quake while at the same time clicking to move to the blue circle while casting Quake to strike both twins and move into position, as Avarice has initiated as a mechanic of charging at the player by jumping to the north wall. By moving into this position, you set yourself up to dodge the charge mechanic and to be able to strike Avarice once more before he becomes untargetable. Here you can see the Quake ability starting to disappear around my character, and the damage splats on both twins from the Quake ability. At this immediate time, you will need to use the ability Hurricane. If done properly, with perfect timing, you will strike both twins again before Avarice becomes fully untargetable. Here you can see the Hurricane ability striking both twins while Avarice is in mid-flight 1 frame before he becomes untargetable. After using 2 basic abilities, you will need to click 2 squares south, as Avarice will be charging at you from the west wall. You can see in this shot his shadow jumping to align with me as I click to move out of the way. Here you can see Avarice flying through where I was standing before, and I'm preparing to move back to the same square I started the fight in. After 2 basic abilities, move back to the square you started the fight on. Now you're standing on the square you started the fight on. You can only use 1 ability while standing in this spot before having to move. At this point, you see Avarice flying through my previous location from the south wall, and I'm preparing to click in the same location where I moved while using the ability Quake near the start of the fight. As you move to this location, Avarice will pass you by and slam into the west wall and start walking over to you. At this point, you will want to use the ability Slaughter and take 1 step forward into the square that Namora is standing on, making her take 3 times damage. Notice that I canceled the animation of the Slaughter ability by walking into Namora at the same time I used Slaughter, just as we did with the Quake ability earlier, moving from the yellow square onto the blue square, where Namora was standing previously. The white circle is surrounding the animation of the Slaughter ability, as I'm currently in the walking forward animation. Once Avarice walks all the way down to you, the ability Quake and Hurricane should be coming off cooldown exactly at the same time, and at this time you will want to use them in the same order, Quake then Hurricane, as Quake lowers the defense of the target's hit. Now that all that is explained, it will set you up for some great timing on your abilities for the fight ahead. Let's take a look at all that in motion. As usual, Namora will go into the second phase, and once you are safe, use Assault on Avarice, the sooner the better. At the end of second phase, as she is about to come down, notice that Quake is just coming off cooldown, and you want to hit that immediately, and then Hurricane. If done properly, you can hit Namora with Quake as she's coming down from the falling animation. After Hurricane, use 3 basic abilities, then Slaughter on Avarice while running to the center of the room for the charge phase. If done with proper timing, you can cause Avarice to take 3 times damage, multiplied again by the increased damage from the phase. Try to position yourself in the exact same spot that I'm standing during this phase, as the Cleave ability will strike Namora behind you, as well as Avarice in front of you. If you were able to use Assault early during phase 2, Assault should be off cooldown as the phase has started, in which you want to use it immediately after the initial Cleave. If it isn't off cooldown, save it, as you will waste the DPS and potentially take damage during the explosion. Otherwise, Quake and Hurricane will be coming off cooldown shortly and need to be used at the moment they are able to. Once the charge bar above their heads have 2 ticks left, cue the Surge ability and right-click Nomura. The moment the Surge ability activates, click to attack Nomura while surging, and you will safely transition between the fire from the edge of the room and the explosion in the center with no delay in damage. The rest of the fight is rinse and repeat, using the same positioning from the start of the fight, moving in front of Nomura as Avarice jumps to the north wall and begins phase 1. I hope this guide has helped you get faster kills on the Twin Furies, and if it did, go ahead and drop a like, it helps out a lot. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe for more advanced RuneScape boss tactics. This has been Hell. I'll catch you later.